I've gone down that route in life. I've been down that route of self-destruction, of self-destructive tendencies, pleasing myself, pleasuring the flesh, seeking instant gratification. And it's not fulfilling, and it's not organic, and it's not sustainable long-term. And in fact, it's detrimental and dangerous because it'll burn us out. We can't simply quit our addictions or our bad habits. That's not how recovering successfully works. And I know from experience, because for the 6 out of the last 20 years of my addiction, when I was severely addicted, I tried helping myself, I tried getting sober, and I never succeeded because I was missing a key concept. Well, actually, I was missing a couple key concepts. I was actually missing my brain. We define insanity as doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. That's what I was doing, trying to get sober year after year, doing the same thing, thinking that I could get sober on my own without replacing the void left after taking the substances and alcohol away. That was my foolishness. That was my ignorance. That was my foolishness. That was my ignorance. That was my pride. So my problem was I wasn't replacing my addiction with something else. I wasn't filling that void left when I took my bad habits away. I had a void in me that was gnawing at me, that needed like a scratch, or like an itch that needs a scratch. And for me to get rid of that gnawing sensation, I would go back to drinking. I would go back to my bad habits. Now I'm a year sober. I'm entering my second year of sobriety, and I attribute my success in sobriety, first of all, to God. Without God, without the grace of God, I don't think I would be here. But second of all, to replacing or filling the void left in me from the alcohol and substances with a higher purpose, an upward aim, something that I can work towards, something I can strive to. And for me, it's building a project. I'm building a platform for myself whereby I can do the things that I want to do. And by doing the things that I want to do, such as creating, writing, speaking, presenting, teaching, researching, organizing, consolidating information, cultivating, curating information, building a project, working on creative projects, crafting a vision, bringing my vision to reality, something that is greater than myself, something that hasn't taken definite form, but that I'm bringing the form into reality through these projects and through research and working and experimenting. It's giving me something greater than myself that has filled the hole left in me. Now, the void was filled by the Spirit first, but the Spirit is compelling me or impelling me to be creative and to do something with my life, to export or to exert my will on my reality instead of being a passive observer and consumer. I'm an active agent in my reality now. So by being creative, by outputting my thoughts, my ideas, my creativity, I'm contributing to something outside of myself because I want to build a legacy. I want to leave a legacy, ideally for my children. And the only way I can do that is if I get down to work and build something greater than myself, something that can last longer than my life. And for me, that supplants or displaces the urges to partake in the pleasures of the flesh, the instant gratification. I don't have an urge or a calling to partake in that anymore because I've filled the void with a higher purpose, an upward aim, something that I can aim upwards to. And the key point here is never having a finish line. I'm not aiming towards a destination. It's an orientation. I'm aiming towards a direction. I'm not aiming for a destination because I never want to be finished. Because if I'm finished, if I'm content, then my life is over. Or if I'm content or if I finish, I'm going to become idle. And idle hands are the devil's playthings. Or the idle mind is a devil's workshop. And this is true because without working, without having something to build upon, to work, to do, something to occupy ourselves, there will be a void in us. Nature abhors a void. So the natural order of things is to fill that void. And if we're not filling that void ourselves with the things that we want, with creativity, work, projects, interests, relationships, family, friends, fellowship, God, spirit, the Bible, the word, then nature will fill that with desires of the flesh, instant gratification, seeking pleasures, seeking gratification of the flesh, and just lower base desires that are animalistic and serve nothing but pleasuring ourselves. And I've gone down that route in life. I've been down that route of self-destruction, of self-destructive tendencies, pleasing myself, pleasuring the flesh, seeking instant gratification. And while instant gratification is rewarding in the moment and it's easy, it doesn't have a barrier to entry. There's no resistance in the instant gratification with drinking, drugging, sex, porn, masturbation. It's not fulfilling, and it's not organic, and it's not sustainable long term. And in fact, it's detrimental and dangerous because it'll burn us out. A candle that burns twice as bright burns twice as fast. Whatever that saying is, the same applies to our life, and living the fast life of instant gratification, addiction, pleasuring ourselves through seeking desires of the flesh, worldly things. It burns us out, and I'm tired of being burnt out. I want the real thing. I want something tangible and organic, something outside of myself that I can build towards, that I can be proud of, that I can show to my children and say, hey, look, this is what Dad did. Look what I did. And something I could leave for them and for future generations and for others and have an impact on the world. If I can do that, even in a small way, whatever that small manner is, even if it means with a YouTube video that reaches a few people and it helps somebody, maybe even helps you, that gives me satisfaction. That gives me gratification. And that is selfishness. It is a level of selfishness. I'm selfish in the fact that I want to help others so that I can get gratification for myself, but it's a satisfaction from helping others, and it's a higher desire than a base desire of simply pleasuring myself through instant gratification. So the long road is harder, and I don't know if I'm going to be successful in my projects. There's a ton of trepidation and fear and worry and anxiety over if I'm doing the right thing, if I'm choosing the right path, if things are going to pan out for me a year down the road or a couple years, or maybe I waste my time when I could have done something else. I don't know. There's all these thoughts running in my head, right? But I know that by playing the long game and foregoing instant gratification, I'm focusing on building up myself. I'm working on my creative vision, building my projects, and I'm outputting into the world in a positive manner that hopefully reaches one of you or reaches somebody that can take a little bit from what I'm saying and apply it to your own life. And if somebody can do that, then I feel, even if it's one person, I feel that I've done my job and this is all worth it. This is how I get my dopamine. This is what I've replaced my addictions and my bad habits with. This here is helping me fill that void that was left in me when I removed the substances and the alcohol and the bad habits. So creating on YouTube, recording these videos, researching information, researching for my projects, for my writing, for my video scripting. These are all new habits that have replaced my old habits. And I write on a daily basis. I present, record videos, and talk on camera. I'm researching. I'm exercising. I meditate. I have healthy eating habits, or healthier anyways. And I have a fellowship of friends that I connect with on several times a week. I go to church on Sundays. I have family that I see weekly. I'm back in the world. I'm connected. I'm re-socialized. Recovery, it's a multi-aspect. It's multifactorial. It's a holistic process. It's a holistic thing. It's a whole part. Recovery is a subset of whole parts that conglomerate together to form a cohesive whole that's greater than the sum of its parts. And that's what I'm doing in my life. And that's how I'm recovering successfully. And that's how I'm entering my second year of sobriety. So if you like what I have to say here, give me a like and subscribe. If you want to hear more, you can check out this video here.